The fake news media is behind this China virus, this COVID-19. Look what they did to Hawaii. It got all the seniors, it got all the churches, it got everybody scared over nothing. About 6% of the people who caught the virus died from the virus. That's what the CDC said. And then the other people that died from other causes.
Most of them died of other causes. They have like hardly anybody that died of just COVID by itself. It's all lies. We have doctors coming out from New York, from the heart of the so-called pandemic, that are basically busting and saying they were offered $30,000 to $40,000 for COVID. So whether somebody had gout, died of a heart attack, or just old age, it's COVID, so they can make the money. And actually we heard it's even more like in the millions that COVID deaths are supposed to be, or diagnosis is, because this is where the New World Order is New World is making money out of sickness that doesn't exist. Now, it doesn't mean that they wouldn't possibly set something off that really could go crazy. But the reality is, if you guys vote in the right people, we're going back to the republic, guys, not a de facto fiction system where the dead rule the living. That's insane. These people are spiritually dead as a doornail, and they made you dead as a doornail back when they turned every single person into a slave into the country, into a corporate state. You want to be out of the corporate state and back to the real, back to the de jure versus the de facto. So Makana, your young people, they don't know anything about that part, right? About the assembly or the de jure assemblies.
I would say that public education
is huge.
DOE is
horrible.
Has brainwashed my generation, has brainwashed the generation after me and the generation before me.
They have failed you guys. They have totally failed you guys.
The generation is respectfully ignorant. They're uneducated. They're watching fake news. They're getting, instead of doing the homework on their own, they're listening to
memes. Memes are making up their mind. That's insane.
They're listening to other people.
Well, it means they can't think because their brains have been turned into mush with all these video games and programming, that they don't know how to connect the dots and figure out what's really going on. But the reality, what's really going on is our government is broken. We have two whole parts of the government that have been missing, called the assembly and the grand juries. But there's good news, you guys. You can go to www.national-assembly.net, because every state in America, look at all these people, there's so many out here, are sick of the BS. So we're taking back our country, but part of why the government, even if you have good people get in, that they're ineffective, is that the corporate dead they're taking the rules from the banksters, guys. To get free of this, you have to get a de jure government where the people, run by the people, are back in charge. So join the national-assembly.net today. Find out what state that you have, like your state leader and coordinator, and join and start learning common law and start bringing your grievances back to our president. President Trump is all about restoring de jure and going back to the republic. So to tell you the truth, all you millennials, you are wrong, totally wrong. You have to get out and vote, because Trump was actually put in by the white hats. You know, the good guys versus the black hats are the bad guys. Well, let's just put it, the bad guys like abortion, they like killing, they like creating fake viruses, they like making tons and tons of money off vaccines and BS that should never even be in a human host body. But that was their plan. But Trumpster is going to win. God's going to win. God's going to go back on top, and we're going to get a country with restored de jure lawful assemblies and grand juries in every single state. Michigan has already done it. North Carolina, Florida, New York are all assembling. California like crazy. They're so sick of it. So Hawaii, get it together. Tell them, these young people in Hawaii, get it together. Open up your minds and learn.
It's time. I don't know what else to say to my generation. It's time to vote. Your vote matters. It matters how you vote. It matters who you vote for. It's not the party that's representing you. It's the candidate that's representing you.
So study your candidates. In other words, don't just go out and vote. Check them out. Study them.
Yeah.
See if they have your core values. If they don't, do not vote for them.
I can tell you, I called Ron Curtis.
And he's a great one, yeah.
I called JD.
I got her.